Welcome to the Good Neighbor Spotlight, the show where we celebrate community, compassion, and the power of being a good neighbor. From the heart of the mountains in Southwest Virginia, we bring you the stories of service, hope, and the people who make it all possible. Volunteers, partners, staff, and friends. We're so glad you're here. Pull up a chair and we'll listen, learn, and laugh together one neighbor at a time. I think it's pretty cool that we're doing this second episode of the Good Neighbor Spotlight here with the red background and the white accents because this is just a few days after Christmas. And we had the opportunity to sit down with one of our very special volunteers, board members, friends, all around guy that we call on a lot, Mr. Don Copley. Don has been affiliated with the Bland Ministry Center for a very, very, very long time. And then the old codger went and got sentimental on me during the conversation that we had. So it's really special. And as we're looking into coming into this next year, I think everybody kind of gets a little melancholy in the time between Christmas and New Year, where they're thinking about things that they would like to have done or should have done, and did things we had to do overshadow those things. And the song Old Lang Syne comes to mind, and it kind of makes you kind of misty when you think. There was a version that Susan Keene and I found on the internet, which is, the arrangement is a little different than what you would think, and somehow I think it's fitting for the conversation Don Copley and I had. One of the verses is, we've walked these hills a weary mile where daisies grow so fine. Let's raise a glass and give a smile for days of Old Lang Syne. There was a lot of smiling and a lot of hugs at the end of this, because it was just a special, special time and with Don. And I hope you guys will enjoy it as much as I did talking with him. Don.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for coming over this morning. What did you tell me the temperature was at your house?
13.
Okay, it was 19 at the house. Colder than...
Well diggers.
Yes, yes. Yes, it was. So what we're going to talk about today is I'd like for you to just tell us how you came to be at the ministry center, and maybe because you've been with us volunteering for a long time and then on the board, we have really changed from that beginning.
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
I started here, coming here when I could in the mid-90s, I guess.
Yeah.
And my wife was sick, and I retired from work in '99 to go with her to appointments and stuff. And up until that time, I would come when I could.
Which was a lot at Christmas, wasn't it?
Yeah. Our church, Parkview Baptist, came over here on Christmas sometime.
Okay.
On a Friday night and packed boxes at the White Mission House, and we would pack maybe 40 or 50.
Yeah.
We thought we were doing a big deal,
Yes.
which it was a big deal at the time.
Right.
And it just progressed to what it is today.
Which was 1,000 this
Yeah,
year.
1,000 a month, a year for Christmas.
Yeah.
But I retired in '99, I get back to it, and my wife was sick, going with her to doctor's appointments and surgeries and what. She passed away in 2004, March of 2004, and Dee Dee was at the funeral and came out of the church, and my daughter was standing there, and we were talking, and she said, Dee Dee said, I'm going to give you to September to grieve. And Donna said, no, put him to work before then. And so Dee Dee put me to work about in May, and I've been here pretty regular for a while, up until a few years back, a couple of years back maybe. But at the time, we were in the White House, and we moved up to here, and working out of the basement with the food boxes, and it just progressed to where we found they had plans for a warehouse,
Yeah.
and they'd been laying around for a while.
Yep.
And Dee Dee dug them out, and we looked at them, and the present board of directors at the time was church people, and I don't know exactly how they got the money I can't remember that, but I was here when they broke ground down here for the driveway and the footers and the building and everything.
If you'll remember, the board meeting or the steering committee meeting was right here in this room. And we were looking, and I think the estimate was like $65,000 for that entire warehouse. And the company, RGM Erectors, gave us, their estimate was good for 90 days.
Right.
And we didn't know there was any way we could come up with $65,000 in 90 days. And I think it was Marvin Carver, Codge Carver, was sitting here at one of these chairs, and he said, "Hey people, where's your faith?"
Yeah.
And we raised God gave us $65,000 in 90 days so that they would build that.
Yeah. And was it J&M Erectors?
RGM.
RGM.
Yeah.
They
Mr. Milton.
happened to have a break in their schedule.
Yeah.
And came over here and put the building up in 3 or 4 weeks.
Yep.
But anyway, get back to the food pantry, and of course it's going great right now, and we have plans. They have plans for a new dental clinic down here. And hopefully we're going to break ground on it pretty soon.
Within the next 10 days, I think we
That's
should.
good.
We've added on to this warehouse twice.
Yeah, we added on to the warehouse, and a lady in Louisiana had some extra money.
Yeah, yeah,
And a fellow out of Charlotte, North Carolina had contacts with her,
yeah,
and that's how we got the new box truck.
yeah.
Dee Dee and Susan and I went to Charlotte and picked up the box truck and drove it back. And Dee Dee still couldn't believe that we had one coming up the road.
Well, that's because I was riding with you through all that construction.
But anyway, we built a new clothes closet. The lady gave us money for the clothes closet, and everything just fell in place, and I'm sure that it wasn't her. I think the good Lord was behind it,
Yep.
and urged her on to make that donation to us, and we're so much appreciative for that. And that's where we are right now, and with the present staff, Dee Dee and Susan, Amanda and Lisa. You couldn't ask for anybody better, I don't think. But it seems to be going good. We're a family. We treat each other like family. We fuss and fight and carry on.
Which is sometimes not a good thing, but usually it is.
We end up at the end of the day loving each other. It's just the way it is. It's business sometimes.
Yes.
It's a business.
And we have such loyal volunteers.
And the volunteers are great. I don't know how they'd operate this place without volunteers.
Oh, we couldn't.
And some of them's been here a while, But I've been here, I guess, 25 or 30 years, 25 years anyway, or more,
Mm-hmm.
off and on. And real regular back in the 15, 16, 18, some 2000. I was over here 2 or 3 days a week. But Dee Dee put me to work when I needed to do something, and I felt like it was a kind of a calling for me to work here and be a purpose in life, helping other people, not only with food and everything, but spiritually, and just to give them hope. What you want to do is live for today and hope for tomorrow. And and keep your faith, and that's the only thing I know to do.
But you also helped, not only from the board table, but you would help us with the home repair jobs. We'd go out and look at those.
We go all yes. We went out, Dee Dee and I, most of the time, and looked at jobs, and we rode all over the country looking for them. We do handicap ramps, porches, underpin house trailers, minor repair
Yep.
to houses, paint inside, ladies paint, and men work outside, and do minor repair to a roof. But we used to do roofs every now and then, but everybody's getting older now.
Yeah, a lot of the teams that come in,
Don't
they don't do that.
Yeah. So, but that's it's just been a joy for me to be here. And I thank Dee Dee and Susan and them for putting up with me all these years. But I remember when Miss Susan came here years ago, and she fell for an old boy, a country boy. But I love her.
There's not much else you can do with her but love her, isn't there?
That's right. You either whip her or love her. And I felt like doing it both of them at times.
Okay.
Oh, Lordy.
Yeah.
But if there's anybody out there that wants to volunteer here, I don't think it could go wrong if you do it in the right spirit. And come and talk to Dee Dee first, and she'll line you up on what has to be, how we do things. And I think you'll get a blessing out of it.
Do you remember back before we were fortunate enough to have box trucks, you would run your personal pickup to Bristol?
I would leave Bluefield and go down 460 to Lebanon and down that way and come out down there and go to Bristol. And one of the volunteers here would bring a pickup
Yep.
from this side, and we'd go down there and we'd meet at Bristol and get what we could on pickups. I did that for a year, I guess, or more.
Or more, yeah.
And finally we found one of the drivers found a box truck sitting down there in Abingdon on the side in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And he checked on it and said it was for sale. And make a long story short, Dee Dee and I went down there one day and looked at it and drove it and bought it. And a lady, Louise Meck, I think,
Yes.
was the one that paid for it.
She sure did. She
And,
sure did.
She paid for the box truck. And I forget for what it was at the time. It wasn't much.
5,000, I
I
think.
think
It
maybe.
was 5,000, but at that time that seemed like an
I got an
awful lot.
We couldn't get it.
No.
No. And we ran back and forth between the dealer down there and the bank, get stuff straightened out so
Yeah.
we could
Yeah.
drive it home. We drove it home that night. here to this ministry center. And we wore it out.
Didn't it have almost 300,000 miles
It
on it?
had a lot of miles.
Yep.
It was wore out.
But it was still running.
It was still running, and it served a purpose for several years.
Yep.
And we got the new box truck, and then we had both of them. We used both of them quite a bit.
Yeah, and it got to the point where we just didn't, the expense to keep them both operating was just more than we could do.
The yellow box truck, the rental, it was coming to the end of its days.
Yeah.
And it was, I used to say nickel and dime us to death, but it was dollaring us to death.
Yep.
Uh,
Yep.
But it was really a blessing to get the truck.
Louise also helped us get a new pickup when we blew the engine on our old pickup.
Mm-hmm.
And Brad Altizer helped us with that deal.
Yeah, Brad. I miss Brad.
Yeah, me too.
And but we went back and forth to Bristol and Abingdon. I think it was most Bristol then.
Yeah, we
Until
didn't.
we got in with Abingdon.
Yeah, we didn't start with Feeding America till 2005.
Yeah, it was way up there.
Yeah.
And but now we go to the trucks on the road just about every day.
It is, yeah. Yeah.
It goes 3 days a week to Sam's and Walmart's and in between, and I use my truck on Thursdays, and another boy uses his truck on Tuesdays at Walmart. We get what we can. Sometimes we get a load, and sometimes we get one box. But we do it.
And you know, we've been very blessed. We've not had any accidents.
That's true. I don't know what's kept us from it, but somebody's looking over our shoulder, I guess.
Yeah, that's the truth. Yeah.
And I don't know. It's just been a blessing to work here and be with Dee Dee and Susan and them and all the volunteers. And as far as directors, we've had some Lulus. And hit on this thing right here. She's a Methodist.
No. No. I'm non-denominational now.
Is that what you call it?
Move on.
But anyway, it came time to get a new director. And we decided, I don't think I was on the board, but I was on the search committee.
Okay. I
With
didn't remember
Clyde
that.
Smith and Gary, Ed Fisher.
Opal Davis.
And I don't remember.
Bill
I
Davis
don't
as well.
remember. Anyway, we had applications. I don't know whether it was me or Clyde. I think it was I did. I don't like to take credit for it. Said it'd be a shame not to give Dee Dee a shot at it. Being the director, she was running the place anyway, more or less. And she made a statement of faith, and we looked at it, and we all agreed to hire Dee Dee as the director of the Ministry Center. What year was that, Dee?
2007.
Was it? You got the dates down, didn't
Yeah,
you?
yeah, yeah.
And she's been here ever since, and it's been a blessing to this Ministry Center, I think, because her heart and soul's in it, and like Susan's and all of them.
Well, God has put good people around me.
Yeah.
I've had a good circle around me.
Yeah. And Susan come along, and we got a satellite dental building over in Whiffle from the dental clinic here. No one's turned away either place that I know of. And Susan is more or less the ramrod of the
Yep.
dental clinics
Yep.
and doing an excellent job, I think.
The partnership with the medical clinic
Yeah,
has been a big shot in the arm for us. It allowed us to be open 4 days a week.
yeah. Yeah, so they work 2 days here
Hmm.
and we get 2 days
Yeah.
in the clinic. It's been good. But all around it's just been a wonderful experience to be here and do what I can do, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. And we don't know what we would do without you. Because used to be we'd pick up the phone and say, hey, can you go get this or can you go get that?
Well,
Or
you can still do it.
you're always around for advice on
Yeah,
stuff.
well.
Even though you
sometimes.
say we wait until to hear what you say and we do the opposite. But
Yeah,
that's
well, you've already made up your mind anyway.
not all the time. Not all the time. Not
Yeah,
all the time. Okay, so what I would like to do now is Susan has come up with these questions and it's called a lightning round. So I'm just going to give you I'm just going to give you some questions here and you give me your answers really quick, okay?
I'll try.
Okay. Do you prefer the front porch or the back porch?
Front porch,
Okay. Pop or soda?
pop,
Pop, okay. All right. If you were going to a potluck and you were cooking, not just eating, what would you bring?
pot of green beans.
Okay. With potatoes in it.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. Who would you say has been a neighbor to you and helped you? Who's been a good neighbor to you?
well, there's been good ones. I would say Jack Fields and at home.
Yeah.
But my good neighbors otherwise would be you and your family, sisters and all. I love them to death.
Well, we love you too. What would you say in this day and time gives you hope?
Gives me hope. I would hope, like I said a while ago, to just give me tomorrow.
Okay. The thought of tomorrow. Okay, I would agree with that.
The old saying is, I don't know, I think you've heard it, but I don't know whether everybody has. Today is the day that you worried about yesterday and all is well.
Okay.
If you worry about something yesterday, about today, today is the day that you worried about yesterday and all is well.
Huh. I've never heard that before. I like that. Well, we appreciate you coming over here in this weather
Well,
and in the wind. And we love you, Don.
I love you all. For well. If I can get up. Is that okay?
Thanks for listening to the Good Neighbor Spotlight. If you enjoyed this episode, share it with a friend and help shine a spotlight on the spirit of service. To learn more about or support our work, visit landministrycenter.org. You all take care, and I'll holler at you the next time.